What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to show you the fastest and easiest way to refinish and paint a set of wheels. Alright, in order to do this job properly, you're going to need a couple things, so I'm going to run through these right now. We're going to use a palm sander. This is going to help remove some of the curbs from the wheels. Just some blue masking tape, some self-etching primer, paint and clear coat, as well as a Scotch-Brite pad and some assortments of sandpaper. Two additional things you're going to need to get this job done properly is a can of paint thinner, as well as some either microfibers or paper towel. Alright, let's go ahead and get this thing up in the air. Alright, that's much better. Now let's go ahead and take off the wheels. So now that the wheels are off, it's always a good time to take a look at your brakes. Do a little quick inspection here. So I'm looking for the pad depth and if there's any marks or deep scratches in the rotor. This actually looks nice, and I'm not sure. These look like there's some aftermarket rotors and really nice Brembo brakes, although you need to repaint these. We'll do that in a future video. But that looks good. In the rear as well, they look okay. I don't see any deep grooves or anything. So let's go ahead and take a look at the wheels, and we'll show you how much curbing there is and how much work we need to do. So this is the current status of the wheels. As you can see, this wheel is pretty curbed, and the finish is definitely kind of dull. The rear wheel is actually right around in the same condition. I think with the palm sander, we should be able to work those out. So let's go ahead, get this started. Here are the wheels. They are off the car now, and it looks like 2 of the 4 wheels have some deep curbing, but nothing too major, which is great. I don't see any bends or cracks, so that's also good. And the 2 left side wheels are actually in much better condition, so I don't really think we're gonna do any sanding on those, so that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and grab the palm sander and we'll get this started. Alright, so this is what they look like after they've been sanded with the palm sander. We actually got 99% of the curbs out. They actually look really good, so good job, Dustin. What we're going to do on these 2 is take a 150 grit sandpaper and just try to bring this up a little bit smoother. Then we're going to go ahead and spray the primer on here. We'll let that dry, scuff it, paint it. These will be good. Now for the other 2 that don't have any curb marks, these are ready for just a little Scotch-Brite, a deep clean on all of them, and then we're going to go ahead and paint these as well. Everything is dry. We're going to mask off all the valve stems and clean the wheels with the paint thinner and a nice clean paper towel for each wheel. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and mask off the outside with the note cards. I'm going to show you a cool little trick to mask off wheels so much faster than using just blue painter's tape. So one other thing to note is that these wheels are in direct sunlight, so they're going to dry very fast. That's very important. If you had these in the shade, then certain parts of the wheels may dry faster or slower, and we want it to dry as fast as possible so we can keep adding coats quickly, and then we'll finish it off with a clear coat. Easiest way to mask wheels is to insert note cards, and you want to go in one direction, overlap by maybe about an inch or so. Keep going all the way around. If it's not too windy, this trick will work really well. So it turns out to be a little too windy for just the note card trick today. So we're gonna be actually masking the wheels off with the tape plus some of the cards. One other thing to note, these index cards are really thin. They're not really the right ones you wanna use. You wanna use the thick ones. So shout out to Dustin for cheaping out on the note cards. Yep. Almost forgot the most important tool needed to finish this job, a breakfast burrito. Let me give you guys a quick update to where we're at. So Dustin and I just spent the past 30 to 45 minutes masking all the wheels off, and we actually just finished wiping them down with acetone. We decided the acetone was gonna be much better. It actually dries a lot faster than paint thinner. So if you have acetone, you can use that, or if you have paint thinner, that'll work as well. So Mr. Dustin, the pro shaker. How'd you earn all those skills of shaking so good?
About it.
Okay, so this is the primer. So we're gonna go ahead and spray any of the bare spots, the bare aluminum spots, with the self-etching primer. That'll make sure we have a nice bond there. And then we'll wait about 15-20 minutes, start tossing on paint. All right, so this is what the wheels look like with 2 coats of the self-etching primer. Everything is looking good, and I think we're ready for paint. So let's go ahead and shake those up, start spraying. Now remember, your first coat is going to be a tack coat, so it's going to be extremely light. Always make sure that the first coat is much even lighter than you think. You don't need a lot of paint. You want it to get on there, tack up. 5-10 minutes later, that's when you start your real first coat. One other thing to note that's very important is these wheels are already black and we're gonna be painting them with black. So normally I would clean out the inside, sand the inside, prime the inside and do all that, but because they're the same color, we're just refinishing the outside. We're actually just gonna be spraying the outside today. So if you wanna see a full video on that, drop a comment below. I can show you how to do that, but essentially it's the same thing, but you gotta prep the inside surface really well. So this is what they look like after the second coat. You can still see through the paint a little bit into the primer, but overall I'm trying to keep it as smooth as possible, and I'm trying with these first few coats to get the inner sides of the spokes so that when we do the top coat after, which is the easiest place to get to, that it looks nice and smooth all around. This is what the wheels look like after the third coat. So now we're gonna let this dry for about 5 to 10 minutes. We're gonna rotate the wheels so we make sure we get all different angles of the spokes. We're gonna go ahead and do 2 more coats and then 2 coats of clear coat. Then just let them dry, these will be done. We're about to start coat number 4, and what's also important to note is as you add more coats, you can actually lay them thicker and thicker each time. So this coat's gonna be a little bit thicker than the previous one, and my next coat will be thicker than this one. All right, this is what the wheels look like after the 4th coat. They are looking really nice. The color is very uniform now. All right, so we did the 5th coat off camera. I forgot to film that one, sorry. But now we're gonna go ahead and do the gloss clear coat on top of the semi-gloss black. I think it's gonna look good. We'll probably go ahead and do,
Sorry, I'm just walking to the gym.
okay. We'll probably go ahead and do 1 or maybe 2 coats. We'll see how it looks. Time to remove the tape carefully. All right guys, we just put all the wheels on. We didn't make any marks on them, thankfully, and we just lowered it for the first time, so I'm gonna make you guys sweat it out a little bit longer until you get to see it. So let me go set the camera down. We're gonna pull the car outside for the first time with the fresh wheels. Turned out so good. Dustin, are you happy? Yeah. So good. All right, sick. This is the finished product here. They came out awesome. It really is kind of more so a semi-gloss black, but with the clear coat, they'll survive for a while. See if I can get you on this side. Really uniform finish. Really, really nice. Super happy with how they turned out. Alright guys, that is all the time we have for today's video. So if you like what you saw in this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys in the next one.